There it is. 99.99% consistency check. Come on. Actually, it takes like 10 seconds between tenths of a percent. It's done. My RAIDs are verified. Now that it's done, again verifying because I rebuilt the RAID. What are my temperatures at? On 102, 100, 102, 102. I've got the fans on full tilt. It's too hot in this apartment. It's 90 something degrees out, and I guarantee that's the temperature it is in here. I'm a boss, so. Shit, Chris. Chris Cornell from Beyond the Grave is going to ruin. Sounds like a bad dog. So what I've been doing while that was doing it, because you're not supposed to really, use, I don't want to copy things over until that was done. System health good. We're happy, we're clean. Clean! So what I've been doing is making empty folders. And in audio, basically FLAC, MP3, because I still have all my old MP3s, and any recordings I take of concerts or car shows or anything to do with listening, that's where it's going. And obviously I'll images is archives, so everything I've saved since 2008 that's archives. I have two not safe for work folders, those will be talked about, and then I have a wallpapers folder, which is currently filled with wallpapers, which we could switch the view. I kind of wish you could leave views per folder. That's moderately annoying. But I mean, I'm browsing on my NAS right now, so here's 4K verticals, 4Ks, as it generates thumbnails. 4K verticals, that was fast. No, this again. Alright, so once it generates them, it does save the thumbnails. It would just, I think, pre-generate these if I let it go through that task. We have one notification. Consistency check finished. Yay! 2 minutes ago. Did it say when it start? Well, 2 days ago it did it. Alright, where am I? So yeah, and then video has got, anime, movies, TV shows, other things that I'm not going to say out loud. It's fine. Just press that. So what I'm going to do now that we've done with the consistency check, is I think I'm going to disconnect. Come with me, Canada Dry Ginger Ale. Alexa, set the living room lights to max. Alexa, set the living room lights to maximum. Set the living room lights to maximum. Alexa, set the living room lights to maximum.
Okay.
Shoes for cruise. These are my favorite shoes. Like brand-wise, they don't. I'm a big guy, and they don't last like more than like 6 months before the heels wear out for me just moving on them. But they're cheap enough and Chinese enough. Just replace them. They're ultra comfortable. So now I'm going to. I don't have to unwrap it, but let's unwrap it like a Christmas gift. Roll the magnet off. This magnet has the keys, by the way, that I've locked the drives with. Yep. Cat hair. Especially with the fan on high. That's going to do its job. And I'll end up trimming it and making it look nice. Now, my goal here now is I want to transfer over all the movies I've got. Movies and TV shows from this 5 terabyte, which is nearly full. And I'm not going to do it through the network if I don't have to. Which I don't have to, I can just plug it in. Now it's USB 3, and this is going to suck. First I'm going to plug that. Then I'm going to unplug this. I don't want to lose the power cable amongst this just absolutely lovely, 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 lovely struggle. What are you doing? Where are you going? As long as it's long enough to reach the table, this should be good. Come with me. Now, I run these Seagates upside down because there's vents here, and there's vents here, and there's nothing here or on top. So I've never known hot air to go down. So I run them upside down because that makes more sense. This is warm, by the way. I'm wondering if I could put this back here by the output of the fans and at least have it blow. See, now here's something you shouldn't do. Move your NAS while it's running. I'm a professional. A very nervous professional. So I probably could disconnect the Vanna2 T0s for this particular scenario. How's my network cables? Good, good. And I need to steal that wire because I've run out of USB 3 wires. Where do you go? If you'd like me to clean this mess up on camera, too bad. I'm gonna throw that over there so I could see it and come around here and just give it a pull. Because I do plan on leaving everything on this drive. I'm not emptying it. Yes, yes. The top one right here. I'm not that stupid. I mean, although I could just store it. Damn it. Well, when I put it back, that'll finish. I'm also considering how I'm going to manage my torrent downloads, my fully legal torrent downloads. Oops, wrong end. Because I would like to have the Synology download everything, but I really just like Tixati and the ease of it, and using this computer as a download box anyway. So what I may do is I may set Tixati to download locally on this. When it's finished downloading, move it to this. And then I'll sort through it afterwards, which I will sort through it afterwards. I swear, on my life and my honor. So now we're gonna plug this in. I'm gonna turn this so that the fans are blowing at the vent holes in the back of that. Let's go check it out. How do I check? How do I check? I forgot how to check. I think we go to Storage Manager. I'm in Storage Manager. I think we go to Control Panel. See, now here's the thing about Control Panel that I've realized. It looks just like the Windows Control Panel, where the sort is completely fucking irrelevant. Because you switch to basic mode and you get a few things, and you switch to advanced mode. Yeah, let's bring up the Control Panel in Windows. Here's the Control Panel in Windows. So if I put it into, where's basic mode? Category mode, you get very, very plain and, you know, Control Panel for idiots. Then you switch it to large or small icons, and then you get a list. And here's the weirdest thing comparing anything to Windows ever. And you could, if someone could explain to me in the comments, I'll buy them YouTube Gold, which doesn't exist. Why is the Control Panel in Windows the only place that when you put it into like a list view like this, it goes per line? A, B, B, C, C, D, 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 E. It goes in a line. Nothing else will do that. No other Windows window you can sort in that way. A list is alphabetical, top to bottom. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And it just, you can't. The only thing I could do, luckily because I have a massive 4K, is I set it to small icons, then I can crush it. And then I get a single row, and now it's in order. And it's very similar here. Control Panel, right? Basic mode is not enough. Advanced mode is better. But then you click on something like external devices, and look what happens. There it is in a nice list, like it should have been from the very start. So here, USB disk 1 normal. What are you saying? It's 4.6 gigas, NTFS, format eject settings. I do not want to format. And here it is in my USB share, so it's showing me everything we've got. So I wonder how many move tests. Here's the question now, because this is actually, I don't know the answer to this. I'm about to tell it to move multiple. I don't want to sit here and tell it to move and then wait 25 minutes for it to move and then come back. I want to tell it to move animated to animates folder, shows to shows folder, movies and movies folder, and I want to tell them all to do it at the same time, and I want to know if it's going to choke itself. Windows 10 will still, if you have an external hard drive and your other, and you still have to move here, here, and here, it'll try to do all of them at the same time, and it ruins everything. You have to use a plug-in TerraCopy. I have a replacement for the move file thing in Windows. And TerraCopy will, you could set a task, and you could say, oh, do this and do this, and it just puts a list, and it does them in order, so it's not choking on everything. Or you could force it if you know it's not going to be slowing down a device. You say, okay, go now and don't wait. So I guess step one is movies. So I can open up multiple file stations, and I'm going to go to video, and I'm going to go to movies, and I'm going to go to my actual movies folder full of movies, which is loading. Okay. There should be a folder in here as well, which I'm not seeing. Oh, I moved that folder out of it. Never mind. I'm wrong. So here we go. I'm going to take every movie that I have on this drive, and it's going to freak out my monitor because it just... I will fix that. I'm going to... I hope it's copy. Copy or move to movies. So drop. And then you can enable smart drag and drop. Please choose the default action, overwrite or skip. You can change the action in settings. So I guess I'm going to have it skip as a default action. Waiting. So now we should get a background task, an external device is showing. Actually, external device up here does pop up, so I didn't notice it. It's just massive. So it's saying time remaining more than 1 day. It's only going at 40 megs a second. And that's a direct connection. And I blame that on the Seagate drive. Not the ones in the NAS. The actual enclosure has the weirdest, at least it's doing 40 megs. I've tried to move some things on and off those little cheap Seagates, and they were cheap. They were like $110 for a 5 terabyte external, which is why I bought like 4 of them, because I had a demand data failure, and I'm like, I just need to buy things, put things on when I save it, because I'm going to save all of it. So it's telling me more than 1 day for 3.7 terabytes to copy over at 34 to 39 megs a second. So while that's happening, let's switch to shows. Can I close this? I can close that. Excuse me. Pretzel dogs or... So now I've got TV shows, which I guess I could remove the prefix, but we're gonna just take them, and I'm gonna go... Oh, see, no, cancel. It said move to shows. It better not be copied. 10 Cloverfield, I don't know if it's copying or moving. It really needs to tell me what it's doing right now. Because here's the status window. It says move. So I'm going to cancel that. Let's cancel that before anything bad happens. Cancel everything. All the things. Cancel all the things. Because when you default drag, I guess it is a move operation. So let's select all again. Action. Copy. Control V. That work? Waiting. God, that fan feels so good. Alright, now we're doing 50 megs a second. And we're back to 38. So more than a day. More than 1 day. So I'm going to move this operation up there. I believe I can even open up the operations task. Yeah. Alright. So I could hide that, and I could leave the file task monitor open. I don't need to have this window be this big. Now I'm going to go and try to sort anime and TV shows. So shows... Hold down shift, not what's it called? Control C, click, Control V, waiting. I don't need to have this show because that's doing it, so I could hide this. It is processing. I just want to know if it's going to show me. Can I see more, like, stats? Will it tell me? Oh, it's literally every file is being shown. It will not show me speed. That's strange. Alright, let's go for broke. Let's move the anime over to, or copy the anime over to. Right click, copy, right click, paste. Paste, overwrite, paste, skip. So paste overwrite because it's empty. Now I'm not going to hide this one because I need an insight into what's actually going on. So it shows me percentage and it shows me size and how much is moved and how much is left. But I don't see a way to right click and give me, tell me what's going on. Upload and download queue, background task. It's not giving me any speed, which is sort of like I would like to know what it's doing. What's our temperatures at? 100, 102, 100. That's only like 6 degrees warmer than room temperature. It's great. This is a great test, by the way, having it be in a little oven with me. Doesn't know if those hard drives are going to fail, at least one. Because the first month is supposedly when the bad stuff happens. If you get a hard drive to last like 2 months, it'll probably last for a very long time. Probably. But if it dies out of the box, if it's cradle death, if it dies in the cradle, then, what can you do about it? It was destined to go. So I'm letting this happen. The smallest thing is obviously the anime part, because I don't have that much of it. And that... Oh yeah, see, look. It's moving all three at once, so it's splitting up the task. The question is, it's only going 6.4 megs for this. How do I unhide the other tasks? I mean, if you have a hide button, you should have a show button. Hell, this is at least telling me I've got 2 hours left. There's nothing even up here telling me there's the progress. Okay, great. How much time is left? What if I'm leaving and I need to know, like, if it'll finish before I can take my drive out? Oh, by the way, I wish I could set these to like a darker theme, like my Windows is just like, so I don't have to look at white. So I'm basically, I should not have hit, see, here's the question. If I double click one of these, or I can remove it if I right click. Double clicking it does nothing. Double clicking progress does nothing. You can't add. Usually I found in this, like here, in the file station, at the very end of the detail bar, there's a 3 dots. If you click that, you could add things for the date created, last access, privileges, owner. You could add columns. I want to add a column of time remaining, and it just doesn't even offer it. So, I mean, if I hover over this, what does it say? It just says background task. So I could probably sit here with this camera in my head, talking to essentially myself, and trying to work out any of this stuff. Is any movie, like, all right, one movie, Cloverfield Lane, is finished. So that's, or it's almost finished. Yes, Aliens is going now. So I don't need to see that. My actual stuff on here is probably fine. I wonder if I'm only using here's the thing, if I'm only using a throughput to the disks, which, how could I check my throughput to my disks? It's got to be a thing. I saw a thing that does that. That's going to be under High Visibility Manager, Resource Monitor. All right. You can't move it while it's loading, which is sort of annoying. I'm going to minimize that. I'm going to move this over. I'm going to make this smaller, but not very small. This I want up just to show me my drive temperatures. Which, another thing I can't work out, but my friend says you could do it, is here in the widget, I see storage size, I see the health is good, I see a resource monitor, it's very basic. No temperatures. I'm a freak for temperatures. I need to know the temperature of every one of my drives and the overall, because this shows me every temperature in the box, and then there's another, if I go into the control panel under hardware and power, and then go to, I'm blanking on this, but there's definitely another temperature sensor that is like the overall, the unit, or part of the, like the board, that showed me like a higher temperature than the hard drives were. And I kind of want to know all these temperatures. Give me all these temperatures. So what are we looking at for the resource monitor? I can make this slightly bigger for you folks at home. CPU fine, memory fine, network is not doing much, 1K. Percent of disk utilization is way down. So, because it's reading so slow off the USB 3, and it is USB 3, it should be rocking and rolling, because it's going faster than 25 megs a second is as fast as USB 2 can go. So it's going slightly faster than that. So what I can do is I could really choke the crap out of this. And what I could do is I can go here. Actually, where are one of my... I could do it on one of my externals. 3. These are my reviews. I'm gonna... And again, since I'm testing this, and if it fails, I'm gonna be pissy. I'm gonna copy everything over. So here's my reviews. I'm gonna right-click those. And you don't have to right-click. Obviously, the keyboard shortcuts will... Alright. Right-click. Copy. Actually, I have the copy to folder installed in my Windows. And I'm going to find the NAS in the network. This is going to be interesting. I'm really going to blow this thing up. And I'm going to set that to video. And I'm going to set that to a reviews folder, which I made. Copy. And now, just for fun and giggles of, by the way, here's Terracopy. Showing me 80 megs, 111 megs a second. How is that so fast? And yet when I go over straight through the USB, it's slow. 16 minutes left in that. I have a giant Pixiv Ripper folder, which is basically my... I have a script thing that goes to Pixiv and gets me all the artists I like. And that's got lots of pictures in it, although it's not as big as it used to be. I'm going to send that there as well through the network. And I really should... Now that I've finalized the things, I'm going to... In the first video, someone in the comments said I should use iSCSI so that I could install the NAS as like a onboard hard drive in my computers. It'll treat it much more fairly than it does like an external drive. And I don't know how to set that up yet. I'm going to try to read some more on it. But it seems like the thing I want to do. Because having it be on the network is cute. But if that giant block could just imaginarily be inside of my computers, that's even easier. So it's going to images, and that's going to probably, I'm going to select it under not safe for work 2D. So copy here. Alright, so now, since it's coming from the same external hard drive that's shoved into the table, it's adding the files. I'm still doing 94 megs for all of these reviews being copied over. It's 94 megs a second. And what else do I want to put on there? Alright. My new music folder, which is music that I've gotten recently. What is this John Wick Chapter 2 stuff doing out here? John Wick Chapter 2 should definitely be in here. It is. Alright, so I can go back and just... watching Zeos do things! Now, once all my music is sorted, because the problem was, I was trying to keep local copies of all my music on my main computer, and then that laptop there that I do my reviews on was a 500 gig hard drive, and I would try to keep all my music on that as well, and it would just BT sync, Roselio sync back and forth. That started running out of room because it was getting to the end, so I had to go into that, find all the crazy like 700 meg FLAC entire albums that are just on ambient sounds that I'm never going to try on, start deleting things. So I couldn't sync that anymore because I was out of space, and I started deleting album art and those stupid PDF files that are like 40 megs that come with FLAC albums. I just clean. So that's a butchered copy of my music on that. That's why I bought this laptop, because it had a 1 terabyte, and I need just a copy of all my music to just take with me, which this NAS might eliminate as long as I have an internet connection. But I need to basically take all the bits and bobs that I have of music, and when I ran out of music there, and when I lost my hard drive array, all the things I've gotten since then are here. So once it's all on that thing in separate folders, I will sort through, combine, and organize. So let's just keep breaking it. Oh, waiting for other transfer. Because it's not stupid. Because it's not stupid. Alright, copy to folder. Yes, copy to folder. I should just map that network drive to the NAS, to audio, to FLAC, and it's going to stay in a folder named exclamation point new music until it's dealt with. So, see, this is what Windows should do, and this is what the Synology thing should do. If it sees I'm doing multiple tasks off of the same source, from the same place to the same place, it shouldn't be trying to do them at the same time. That is suicide. What this is doing is correct. It's giving full 110 megs a second to one operation. When that's finished, that one will start. When that's finished, that one will start. So go look up Terracopy. I think they're Are they void tools or that's everything exe? I don't know. Point is, so what's my disk utilization looking like now? 50%. Or, well, how many bars? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4 delineation, 25, no. So that's 20%, 40%, so it's 45% peaking too. But my network's going nuts, so I've nearly maxed out the network connection, doing 110 megs a second down, 100 megs a second down. Memory's not doing much. CPU is settled, 20%. And the disks do, even though the disk is doing that process and this process, it's still not using the disks even close to how fast I could use the disks. Because it's just writing to all 5 of them simultaneously. I have no idea how fast that can be. I'm sure it's going to be very fast. Too fast for you in the network to use. So the only way I could actually access anything that fast is if by going direct with a plugin, although that doesn't seem to be doing it. So I'm gonna yell at Seagate about the speed of their external. I mean, if I'm doing 110 megs a second, that's about as fast as I can want to go. So I think I'm not going to bother plugging in directly for all the other drives. I'm just going to copy them across the network. That's what it's for, right? All right. I'm going to let this operation continue for X amount of years. It doesn't say a full day because there's literally nowhere for it to tell me how long it's going to take. And I'll check back in when those are done, or when I'm probably give it a couple days now at this point, unless I learn something new. Just going. Unless something breaks, this is fine. CPU, memory, network. See, it is using both network ports. Oh, total. LAN 1 and LAN 2 is not doing jack. So it isn't using both network ports. I was confused. Ooh. So yeah, okay. I need a managed switch. I mean, because it is going, I don't know. Disk, there's my disk throughput. Volume throughput, which should be the exact same as disk. And an iSCSI, which I don't have any LUNs connected. Alright, check again in the next video. Alright, I got tired of waiting. The copy from my computer, from my gaming PC, over the network, all the way into the NAS, finished. And I ended up stopping 2 out of the 3 tasks for the direct USB connection. And now I'm going to do shows, and then when that's done, I'm going to do movies, which is the one that's doing at 34 megs a second. Since it's copying so slowly off of that drive, I figured, what the hell, let's go for broke. I'm going to move my bike again, which seems to be the most exercise I get with this bike, is moving it over. Up here, which is currently off. Is it off? Yeah, it's currently off. Plugged into that. Plugged into this, which is going to go here, is one of my working recovered hard drives. Well, not recovered. It's one of the hard drives that didn't have a problem in the great failure of 2017. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to just, that's here, that's got a power switch. Remind me to turn that on. This vanity is in the way now, for sure. Just rest on top. That's fine, right? GoPro battery death. It's rare, but it does happen occasionally. I'm gonna slide you speakers back because you guys are not doing what I need right this moment. Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus. There aren't speakers in the way. It's not a Zeos video. So I'm going to take down and constantly ground out this. You're going up and you're right here. So this is my anime hard drive, which has just anime on it. Yes, see, this is a weeb, but I'm a weeb who could just, you know, not care if you call him that. And what I'm going to see now is I'm going to hook up this, and I believe it's a 3 terabyte. Blow on it, but don't spit in it. 3 terabyte Western Digital Red. Got some goop on it. And it's been up there running, so now it's going to sit over here and run. I guess I should plug in this first. because we're using so little of the disk's throughput that I figured alright, she's spinning up. Yes. We have successfully spun up my 3 terabyte anime drive. So now, which another interesting little feature is when you have a USB device connected to the NAS, it's auto shared on your network. So if I go to my network thing, which is here, which is here, which is here, USB share is right there. Now that's the first one. I'm looking for the other one, which maybe hasn't loaded yet. Let's check out from the operating system view. External devices, expansion disk, and here's the other one. So I should be able to navigate to it if it shows up, which it's not showing up. So unless I have to refresh this. Huh. Which I've left this tile open, by the way, for this task, because again, that task is not giving me any information. It gives me percentage and size, but this gives me percentage and size, and time remaining, and speed. So that's 2 variable factors that I kind of need. Why is that drive not showing up? Nice. That's a nice notification. It shows both disks, expansion disk and the other disk. Both are showing up normal. Storage monitor's here. Let's overview. Oh, we've used 2% of the volume is used. 2%. Only get one volume, only get one disk group. Hard disk does not show the externals. No. So this is strange now because I'm not able to find the new drive I've just plugged in. I've still got the original drive. Pictures, movies, downloaded pictures, shows, but that drive should just be a mass directory. And I wonder what it's. I wonder if can I type this in? Can I type in USB share 1-2? So let's try 1-1. Okay. Let's try 1-3. All right. Let's try USB share 2-2. No. 2-1. No. Let's just try USB share -2. Go away. I'm pissing in the wind right now. Yeah, it's strange because ZNAS shows up, shows the folders I created. It shows USB shared 1.2, but it doesn't show the new one. It says 1/2. And I guess if it would have combined it all, that would have made sense. I don't know what gives it the right to be. Do I have to eject? It's got to be able to handle more than one drive. ASM, maybe the actual thing doesn't work. I don't know. I could just try restarting it. Let's just try restarting it. Ground. This is definitely running. Check, make sure we're plugged in all the way. That might have felt a little loose on the eSATA side of things, but it wouldn't show up here at all if it wasn't plugged in all the way. And it definitely shows me USB disk normal and USB disk normal. I don't want to eject the wrong one either. I'm pretty sure this is the new one. We're going to find out right now. Well, it didn't stop the file task monitor. Let's just unplug and replug that drive. Make sure it's the right one. Let's unplug the speakers. We'll plug it in there. There's a blue indicator that I can see the reflection of it. I want to see it do something. Oh. You can definitely hear that red drive reading. And that refreshed, and there it is. So, don't know what that problem was. Here it is. Literally just anime. Big folder of it. Dragon Ball Z, Drifters, Space Dandy. Go watch Space Dandy. Do yourself a favor. Down here, not in folders, are files that are considered movies. The Evangelion movies, Garden of Words, Harmony, which I saw in theaters in Japan, which was very strange. Very strange. The page file. There's a 7 gig page file on that. I'm going to delete that. Yes. Don't know why there was a 7 gig page file in my anime hard drive. Why is there a singles directory in here? Oh, see, that's weird because I have a singles with a squiggly line, a tilde singles in my music folder. This is apparently also movies? I'll sort. See, this is another one of those things where it was just, I had a whole hard drive just for anime, and then I had a whole hard drive just for movies, but that ran out of space, so I had to split the movies. So this is a chance to organize all of this. Select all, right click, copy. Then we can navigate directly to videos. Video. We're gonna go to Animu. I've already got some in there from that copy session. Paste and overwrite. See, now here's the thing. Do I have anything on here that's on there also? I'm gonna paste and skip. I wish regardless it would give you like an easy to follow like warning, like, hey, we found this error while we were doing this. Just wanted to tell you while it's happening. And I don't think you'll get that option because whether you overwrite or skip, it's gonna overwrite or skip. So that's gonna say 1.69 terabytes is going to take 7 hours because it's going at 65 megs a second. Oh, that's going at 55 megs a second now. So they're both going about 55 megs a second. We'll see what this settles down to. And where's my disk utilization? There's volume utilization and disk utilization. It's still pretty low. I mean, we're looking at 120 combined megabytes a second, and it's just not even like 40 is that line. It's not even getting near that in any sort of solid manner. So, all right. So now I've got two things copying over. And when that one finishes, which is TV shows from the 5 terabyte, I will switch to movies, which is the 1 day affair. But if it goes at 60 megs, it's now doing 60 and 63. So it's somehow increasing in its bandwidth, even though I haven't really done anything. 66 and 61. Come on, give me another update. So now we're at 58 over there, still 60 and 72. Alright, so I've got hours, just hours, and I'll probably tack this on to the end of the previous video. I just want to get more stuff done. I wonder if it'll be fast if I drag things through the interface, but then I can't close my... See, I don't want the browser involved in the moving of files, and if I drag something, drop it there into the interface, and the browser's involved. And that's fine for something small. Like here, I want these pictures on that folder, boom. But I want, 700 gigs of this there. Don't do that. Don't do that. All right. This seems to be working better than it was a minute ago, so we're gonna let it slide. All right. Before I forget, I'm gonna start popping little tidbits of information. My friend who knows Linux way too much, I think he sleeps with a copy of Linux on floppies in his bed, said, hey, let me see the packages, and I screenshotted the packages. He's like, no, that's not enough packages. You need more packages. So I went to the package manager, and he said, okay, go to settings, and then go to package sources, and then he found a place called Synocommunity.com, and if you add packages.synocommunity.com, it will add community packages. So when I go to the package explorer, I go back, there you go. Down here, as soon as I added that, it added a community tab, and not all of these are new. I'm pretty sure like headphone and headphone custom were already there, but there's definitely more here now than there were. Tiny RSS and So it's added a bunch. And there's also one here called Debian chroot, which makes you log into the thing in the command console SSH, and I'm like, I'm not doing that. I ain't doing that. So that's number one. You can add, obviously, third-party stuff you could just find, download, but you can add entire libraries of packages. You know, it's good. You want good freaking things to deal with on this. So close this. Secondly, doing a lot of moving, a lot of stuff has been moved and has been, and so that window represents the little hard drive on the side. Currently going at 112 to 122 megs a second through USB 3 onto it. As soon as I try to run 2 concurrent USB transfers from both devices, those both drop to around, the highest I saw for a period of time, they were both doing 90 megs a second. 70 to 90 for maybe an hour, and then it dropped real low. Then it dropped to like 45. So, and this is all while I'm also moving through the network at like 80 megs a second across the network. But now my FLAC's moving over, or copying over. So basically, it comes down to, until they put an update in to have the task manager, or the, what is this called? The file task manager, to do one at a time and then do the next one. Only do one at a time. It's way more, I'm getting, if this is 100% of the bandwidth, putting them both on the same time is only giving me 80% of the bandwidth, which is going to take just longer. So I get one thing out of the way, whatever it takes, 2 hours. When it's done, just start the next thing. If the file task monitor could do that, if you could set it to be a queue, it's got a queue for upload and download, but yet the tasks, you can't, I don't have any options. If I could right click and say pause, that would be good. I could pause everything that I don't need going, and I could set only one to go, or only one in a smaller task to go. But they all just go, all the time. And it slows everything down. I'm not, my disk utilization is, what is it saying here? What's my overview saying? Disks at 50% utilization. Drives are at, where is it? Volume is, we're looking at, like, the peaks here are over 250 megs a second. So there's plenty of data being thrown onto those 5 drives. Between the 83 coming in here, and another 80 to 120 there, and then whatever it's doing internally, there's, you know, it can move data fast. It's one of the points of it, rating it up like this. But it just chugs. I mean, it doesn't chug to like 5 megs a second, but it's not as efficient as if you just ran it one thing at a time. Now I'm doing direct USB copy and a network copy, and that's fine. 2 completely separate sources. But if I do 2 network copies, which I haven't actually tried, I only have really this computer. I would have to have left that hard drive there. I'm going to at some point test 2 copies from 2 different computers onto the NAS, see the speed of that. And now I'm doing currently 1 direct copy USB 3 and 1 network copy, and it seems to be fine. These are the speeds I'd expect, like if everything's working to its maximum. So 2 USBs at the same time, no. 2 networks at the same time, still in the air. 1 and 1, fine. Anything else to talk about now, Kat? No? Good? Thing?